All right. And guys, we're going to start this class the same way we start every class at Florida Gun Supply. I guess the only flag. There it is.
Or this one.
That's right. All right, guys. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, guys, you can grab your seats. So basically, the purpose of today's kind of workshop is I've developed a strategy that works very well for learning and using social media. And so social media is going to be kind of the core of everything we do as instructor candidates, as instructors. Everything allows us to, all this technology allows us to really reach out and connect to people that we can change, we can influence, we can, help down their path. We can also make money off of them. Okay, so our entire goal tonight is to discuss the top 3 secrets to building a profitable online audience. So we're going to build a following, which is building our future and changing America at the same time. It's awesome that we are in a business that actually makes a difference. So, by the end of this presentation, you're going to be so ecstatic, right? You're going to be so excited. You're going to be motivated to jump in. And my goal is that we get there so that we actually get you to a point where you can use these tips and techniques in a very tangible way, okay? In a very, not just fluffy, this is kind of what we do on social media, which a lot of these are, but that you'll actually have actionable items to go through and take. And that's what the goal of this is. So the benefits of building an audience, obviously, marketing, right? And when I say marketing, it's not just that we share on Facebook and we get to see people interact. I mean, people actually get to be the marketers. Your audience is, you are developing them to share your content, to support you. They help you out with legal battles, okay? Like for instance, if, somebody complains about your training academy or training workshop, right? You can get your supporters on social media to go and fight that battle for you. And that's a really effective thing to do when we're dealing with a controversial subject such as this. They become your support system. Okay, let me just make sure that we. Hey, welcome to the join the go-to meeting here. The join.me. I appreciate you joining up. Let's just see who it is from Clearwater. Thanks for joining. Make sure that they are here and that they can hear us. If you need to talk, just feel free to talk, and we should be able to hear you. Go ahead and test it out. Gotcha. I can't actually hear you, but let's see what this button does. No, you should be able to talk. So if you've got any questions, feel free to reach out to us and that sort of thing. So we're just going to keep going from the current slide. Support system. And what I mean by that is if you need something, right? If you need water for an event, or you need help for an event, they can become your support system. These are people that you're going to influence naturally, right? Your goal is to get them from where they are in life to where they want to be. You can build momentum for your platform. I've got marketing on there a second time because the first one is the marketing that they're doing for you. The second one is that just tertiary marketing that they hit the share button and they share it, for you. Not just speaking about what you're doing, but people actually see that. And then they help you financially, right? I mean, you build a financial audience. Look at it. If you get 1,000 true fans, 1,000 people that believe in you so much that they're going to spend, they're going to buy every piece of content you publish, or they're going to go to every event that you have, or, if you get 1,000 true fans, your only job is to get $100 out of each one a year. That's it. 1,000 people. And all you've got to do is get $100 out of each one. Think about how easy it is with social media to do that. And how much money are you making at that point? 100 grand. And that's a good living, right? That's a good living. And that's what we want to do is we want to build this audience up to 1,000 true fans. Or if you have 2,000 true fans, you only get $50. Or if you've got, so on and so forth. You can do the math at how much, if you want to live comfortably at 100 grand, this is not a far away event. And that's what the goal of today's workshop is to do, is to get you there, okay? What people are looking at on social media, right? Audience building secret number 1. And this is a secret because I don't publish this on social media. This is stuff for my instructor candidates only. This is not content that I'm ever going to really just put out there as a blog post because I don't want people to copy it. I don't want people to have the keys to the kingdom. But the secret number 1 is that you need to become, and you have an opportunity to become who you've always wanted to be.
right? That's what's cool about social media, is that who you are in real life isn't necessarily who you have to be on social media, and who you decide to be on social media often becomes who you really are in real life, right? A lot of the stuff that I'm going to be going over tonight is how I got to where I am on social media, and so it's going to be a lot very personal how I built my audience. And so, you know, what I did when I set out to do Florida Gun Supply is I didn't know any of this stuff. I didn't set out like, oh, I want to become somebody or that. It just naturally occurred. But basically, I decided one day who I wanted to be, and I decided to be that first on social media, and then naturally it occurred everywhere else in my life, because your goal is to you know, live the life your audience wants you to live, right? So Kate, you're a real estate agent. You're focusing on real estate agents and helping them become safer. And so in order to live that out, you've got to really be the real estate agent that you are calling the other people to be, and make them envious of your lifestyle and make them want to become like you. So you want to choose a life that your audience wants to live. And literally, I want you to list it out on a piece of paper sometime and say, okay, my audience wants this. They want to make money. They want to be the head honchos in the real estate industry. You know, what is it that your audience wants to be themselves? And that's who you need to be. And naturally, they'll want to follow that. You know, Natasha, same with you, right? You know, what is it that a mom wants to be? Who is it they want to be? Do they want to be, you know, the soccer mom that's driving around and carrying? Do they want to be the mom that's encouraging the kids to go to the range? You've got to list out who you feel like your audience will want you to be, and then you've got to start becoming that on social media first, and then in your real life second. You need to become the hero that they want to see. Along the way, we need to come up with our once was lost and now I'm found. A lot of you guys have heard this story before and heard this portion before of being a leader. And this is very important. I once was here and now I'm here. And that needs to be a 3-sentence elevator pitch. I'm a high school dropout. Parents hated guns. Now I'm the leader of a Second Amendment organization, right? A Second Amendment movement. Each one of us have I once was lost and now I'm found. And communicating that in a very easy way, in a very clear and quick way, is what we need to do. Phil and Brendan, you guys have that as well. You know, I love your signature line in your emails. In memory of RC. You know what I mean? I once was lost and now I'm found. You know, Thomas, you've got that. Kate, Natasha, we all have our story. And in 3 sentences or less, we want to be able to communicate that to our students. And everything that we do should be part of the I once was lost and now I'm found. Along the way, we need to have character flaws. We can't be perfect. So guys, I really want you to think of what sort of character flaws do you know that I have? Where do I lack? Honestly, what do I lack?
Modesty.
Modesty? Right? This is a good one. What else?
But it's a good flaw to lack.
It is in this industry.
You're not necessarily a planner. You
Can't
fly by
plan
the
for
seat
the
of
life
your
of
pants.
me. Can't plan for the life of me. Yes, exactly. I also, everybody on social media, everybody that follows me knows that I can't cook. Right? What happens when I try to cook? Everybody knows this, right? Fire extinguishers come out, you know? Really. Character flaws. I make mistakes, but, you know, oh yeah, it's terrible, Phil. I can't cook for the life of me. And these are flaws that I express on social media so that people know that you're a real person. Because if you're up there being perfect and you're up there being, you know, no, we need to make fun of our mistakes a little bit, you know, and make a quick video piece of content. This is what I did at the range today. I was practicing with my gun and XYZ happened. Now, we're not emphasizing safety issues. That we can never be lax about. We can never let if we have an accidental discharge, nobody knows but you, okay? You know, the NRA will pull your credentials and it won't be good. But, you know, I was shooting low and left today and here's what I discovered. You know, I was shooting high and right, or, you know, I fired and I missed it, you know, things like that. You can pull out character flaws to get with your audience so that they don't feel like you're such an untouchable person. It makes you more real, you know what I mean? You've got to have some sort of polarity. And what I mean by that, we're going to get into a little bit more about kind of the crazy normal side of things, but you've got to be polar. You can't be this person that just goes with the flow. Right, you've got to be bold, out there, polar. You know, the message of guns in general is a very polar message, right? You've got people that hate guns, you've got people that support them, but you've got to have a polarity, and it's okay to get people mad at you, because for every one person that's mad at you, you've got 100 they're going to follow what you're saying. You know what I mean? The ones that are mad at you are just going to be the loudest. Okay, they're going to be the ones that are loudest. They're going to hear for more. So you have some choices in what kind of charismatic leader you want to become. You can become just a normal everyday leader, or you can become like an adventurer, a crusader. That's kind of who I see. I see myself between the adventurer, crusader, and the reluctant hero, right? But you've got to figure out where you fit: leader, adventure crusader, reporter, evangelist, or reluctant hero. Reluctant hero should be the kind of foundation that we all have. Like, we never set out to start a shooting range or a gun store or a real estate safety agent or a mommy mission, right, where you're getting moms trained. But unfortunately, it's what we have to do. Because if we don't, the inevitable is going to happen, which is danger, people dying, people hurt. We all are compelled to get involved in this because there's a problem. And unfortunately, nobody else but us are going to stand up for it. Same with you at home. If you're watching this at home, you are the reluctant hero. Same thing. You never set out to be an instructor, but now you have been compelled to get into this fight because you know that nobody else is going to do it the way that you can. And so you got to figure out, do you want to be like a reporter, an evangelist, a crusader, adventurer, or a reluctant hero? You've got to figure out where you fit in that, and you've got to stick to it. And this is something that, again, you want to write down. Like, what does a reluctant hero look like? Every movie that people love, Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, the heroes aren't like, I'm going to become a superhero today. No, they're all compelled to come into it, and everything in their lives twists them into that destiny. And that we need to express to our people so that we don't say, you know what, I decided one day to be an instructor and that's why I did it. That's boring, right? We want to be the reluctant hero and then fall into either adventurer, crusader, reporter, evangelist, or just a leader in general. All right. Now, another secret is we have to be irrationally passionate. I mean, kind of nuts. Okay, it's okay to be kind of nuts, right? What I mean by that is we want to fascinate our audience, right? So we don't want to think of change, right? A movement from here to here. We want to think of a brand new opportunity. And everything we do, it's not change, it's new. It's not that we're upgrading the shooting range. It's that we're creating a new environment. It's not that we're upgrading Florida Gun Supply. It's that we're creating a new gun store. It's not that we're upgrading and changing real estate agents. We're creating a new opportunity for real estate agents to be safe. We're not changing mothers to become safer. We're giving them a new opportunity to find safety, okay? This is a very important thing because people don't want to pay for change. Change is tough. It's hard. It's slow. It's boring. We want new and exciting in everything we do. So we need to be irrationally passionate about that change. So it's okay to be a little crazy. And what I mean by that is you look at the spectrum here, okay? Our goal here is to be on the, we've got normal right in the middle. We've got crazy to the right and left. Those little indicators right in between, those are the sweet spot. You're just crazy enough to be passionate, but you're far away from normal, so you don't get the you don't get the go with the flow. You don't get the neutral. You don't get the normal. You're just a little bit crazy, so people are like, wow, that's crazy. I mean, how many people have said about me, wow, that guy really likes to voice his opinions, or that guy's pretty crazy. You know what I mean? You get those comments, which is what you want, because if you just do what everybody else is doing, they have nobody to follow, right? So it's okay to be a little crazy and becoming irrationally passionate. I mean, think about it. Moms and soccer moms and their kids, right? A lot of people, like, society looks at that element and they're like, that's boring, right? But you're looking at that element and you're like, no. These mommies are going to be protecting their kids. They're going to be getting the most high-tech guns. They're going to be getting the best training. They're going to be getting whatever they need to do. It's exciting, and you can become irrationally passionate about, the image and the mission that you're on. Real estate agents. A lot of people look at real estate and they're like, well, that's boring, But you're going to bring a new and exciting flavor to it. You've got to be irrationally passionate, and in order to do that, you've got to care a lot, okay? And what I mean by care a lot is people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. The way that works in the shooting range, right, is that they don't care that you have the coolest shooting range or the most local shooting range. They care that you care about the community, right? And that's what we need to present first. And so everything that you need to be doing as a new shooting range needs to focus on charity, okay? The marketing events that you guys spend money on needs to be charitable giving, right? Whether that be, okay, you know what, we're hosting an event at the shooting range. What we're doing is we're doing Boom for Boobs in October for breast cancer awareness. I've got the domain name. We can do an event. It'll be great. Everything that you do should be focused on generating revenue and a proceed of that revenue going to a charity of your choosing. Everything that we do. And that needs to be the fundamental foundation of it so that people can see that you're coming to the community because you care. And then when you have battles like with the county or the city, like, well, everybody in the county and the city knows that you've done a lot of great stuff, and so it's harder to attack you, right? The naysayers are like, well, how can you possibly be attacking them? Look what they've just done for my family. Look what they've done for our community. Thomas, same thing. New gun store, new instructor program, giving to charity, figuring out, what charity you can be involved in. When people come through the door and they're like, hey, can you donate to this school? I have never said no. I've never said no, with the exception of political candidates. I won't get involved with a political candidate until I know that there's somebody worth supporting. I won't just hand out ballots, But anytime a high schooler comes in, they're like, hey, can we have money for the soccer team? I'm like, yes, answer 3 questions. How many stripes on the American flag? What do the colors mean? And how many stars on the American flag? And I do the stars so that they get something right. And I give them $25 for each question they ask right. Maximum $75, But now high schoolers come in here and their families know that we care, right? Kate, Natasha, find things in your niches to get involved with in a charity way, because then it shows that we care. So, if people think that you're just out there to make money, they're gonna leave. They're gonna get lost. They're gonna go find something else to support, find something else to do. Every other gun store in America, every other shooting range in America, every other real estate, safety, it's all about the money. We're not, okay? We're about making a difference. We're about caring. So a lot of people feel guilty for charging money, especially when I feel that we can actually charge more of a premium. I feel like we can charge more of a premium because once people realize we care, they're willing to spend more. They're willing to spend more than, let's say a private shooting lesson or a concealed carry class, the going rate is $50 or $65. We can charge $149 for our class because we're making a difference. We're caring. We have established a relationship. And then I don't want you to feel guilty about charging more, $35, $40, $50 more a gun than the next gun store. Why? Because you're making a difference. Because you're a smaller business. You're the David against the sea of Goliaths. You know what I mean? Same with the shooting range. We can charge $200 instead of $149 because we're making a difference. We're doing that, right? So don't feel that you need to feel guilty because you're making people pay, because you're benefiting your customers. Number one, the people who pay attention, right? You guys here have an invested interest financially in this program, everybody in this room. And because you're spending money on that, you're paying attention, okay? You're here in this meeting paying attention so you can get the most out of your money. You're doing a disservice to your people by being cheap. And I know we're kind of, tooting our own horn because we do the free concealed carry classes, but really it's average $60 a person, you know what I mean? After all of the stuff that they choose to purchase while they're here. So you don't want to be the cheapest. You never want to compete on price. You don't want to be the cheapest gun store on price. You don't want to be the cheapest shooting range. You don't want to be the cheapest real estate agent or concealed carry class. You don't want to compete on price. You want to compete on being the best. And the more successful you are, the more people come to you, the less time you're going to have anyway. So it needs to be, people need to be paying for your time, and that's a premium. You're selling yourself at a premium. So what do we share on social media? What do we actually need to share? Okay, if you take a look at this is actually in the last 28 days, this is what Florida Gun Supply has had successes in sharing. And you see, number one, the average reach, the average engagement, and the reactions are the highest on video. By far, video is the single most important aspect of your entire marketing campaign on social media. If you're not making videos, you're not winning in the social media aspect, okay? What types of videos can be made? Mommy stuff, right? We did it at the range. You've just got your cell phone out and you're like, listen, here is my top 2 tips for mommies at the range or whatever. I keep saying mommies, I don't mean to be demeaning. It just sounds good, right? Here's the top 2 things that moms need to do at the range to protect in case of an emergency. Number 1, if you're in your minivan, you need to make sure that you've got your gun within arm's reach or whatever, and then be at the range drawing and firing out of your car or whatever. Ask the range owners if they're going to be okay with that, and set up a little, system. Kate, again, 2 things. Hey, here I am, Kate. I'm actually showing a house in an hour. And I want to show you some things about that I thought when I just walked in this house. Number 1, the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm walking around outside the house and make sure there's nobody creepy out, no tents. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk in and say, hello, real estate agent here, or whatever it is that you do, right? To make people feel safe and encourage others to do the same. And all you're doing is you're making a quick cell phone video. And I know it's awkward to be walking around with a cell phone, literally, hello, and you're talking in your phone and people are looking at you. But number 1, I'm giving you permission to be weird. and be bold and be kind of crazy, because that's what we got to be to get noticed, right? We've got to be different. We've got to be unusual. And number two, you should have the confidence to do what you're doing, because you're spending money on this program, right? You're spending money to be in this program, and this program is telling you, make video. And if you're not putting that cell phone out there, you're wasting money, right? These are things that we need, even if we're not outgoing, even if we're not people that enjoy it, even if we're not. Video is the number one thing. And if you don't want to make a video where you're in it, feel free to just film abstract things and get on a computer and compile it and put words over it and some funny music that you get from YouTube or whatever. You know, we can show you how to do that. We can do, if you guys find some value in video making workshops, let me know. I'd love to do that. Okay. Number two, links. And what a link is everything from a news story. And this is actually artificially inflated right now. Okay. The link should be way down at the bottom. Photo should be the next one, okay? But the reason that link is so high is because I shared 2 individual articles that I'll show you that got a lot of traction, okay? Now, I don't normally suggest sharing a lot of links on social media, because you're not getting the quality of what you really need to do. So for instance, here's one, here's a link that I shared. Okay, you see the link right here. It's the Chicago Tribune. It's a very engaging article. We've got 20 shares. Things could have been much more. So it talks about a hero, a good guy with a gun. But why it's inflated is that I shared a couple of links that went absolutely nuts. We're going to talk about this video in a second. Right, this is a video over here. There's a couple of links that just went absolutely viral because of the content that they were. Okay, it's not loading for me, but I basically shared a couple of links about North Korea, and it went absolutely nuts. I don't normally consider that to be a great thing to share on social media, is a link to a news article. What is better is if you make a little blog or a little video, or you write a little status or something to get people to, because that's when you are. Here's the one that is artificially inflated it, the North Korea one. We've got 348 shares because North Korea handed over the prisoners, and that was a big thing in the news. But I don't normally recommend sharing links, because yes, you're sharing content to another person, but what do I gain out of this? What do I gain? I mean, it's shared, but you don't really have an opportunity to engage with me personally or do anything that I want to do. And that brings me to my next slide, which is everything that we share, we want to share with a purpose, okay? And what I mean by that is, you don't want to put it on Facebook unless you know what you want back, right? Don't put it on social media unless you know what you're going to gain out of it. What I'm gaining out of this is I'm sharing the North Korea thing because I think people need to know that Donald Trump got people to release the prisoners, and all of his tactics and Twitter stuff, it did what nobody else did in the last 10 years. Whether you agree with it or not, it is a fact. It happened, and I wanted people to know about it, but I didn't gain anything. And you won't see many things on social media that I share without pushing people into what I want them to go in. Here's a good example right here. 93 shares, Jacksonville. Our free concealed carry class mobile unit has rented out an entire conference room. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to go to free carry class Jacksonville. I want you to share this video. This is a piece of content that literally what I'm doing is I'm asking people to do a specific thing. Number one, share the content so that they can be my marketing arm like we talked about earlier. Number two, I want to make money off them coming into my class. So I'm telling them what to do. I'm sharing with a purpose, and the purpose is share to spread the word. Then sign up right now, okay? And 93 people listened to me, and a number of people signed up. I'm telling people what to do, and that's one thing that you always have to do, is tell people what you want them to do, right? Here's one where I went, I was out and about, and I didn't have my gun with me. I went into another gun store. I bought a gun, and I specifically bought that gun. It was a $300 gun, but I specifically bought it to make this video. Hey guys, I'm so into getting armed, getting trained, and carrying daily that if I forget my gun at home, I'm going to stop at another gun store. I'm going to lose some money. And if you share this video, I'll give away that gun. It's out of the box. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of weird. You own your own gun shop and you're buying a gun from another gun store, right? It's completely unexpected. And so people share that. On this page, they shared 49 times. On the Andy Hallinan page, I'm pretty sure they shared a lot more than that. Which is something we're going to get into in just a second. We want to have both a business page and a personal page for us as well. I'm pretty sure that they shared it on, I'm probably not going to be able to get to it real quick. I'm pretty sure there was a lot more shares on the Andy Howland page. 12 shares here, that's nothing to really write home for, but when you first get started, 12 shares is a lot. It is. 12 shares is a lot when you first get started. And so streaming live videos, you're trying to get your people to share and be incorporated, but at the same time, your entire goal is to get them to do something, and that something is to get them into your funnel. Okay, that's something we need to talk about, is getting people into the top of your funnel. Here is what a good funnel looks like. Number one, instead of getting them to make money right away and give you money, you want to get their email. And every contact, I think we've talked about this before, the value of the email. Every single time you meet somebody or talk to somebody, you want their email. No matter what, get their email, then put them into your funnel. And your funnel is going to drive people into your concealed carry permit or paid program, and then upsell them with your systems as well, which we're not really going to get into on here. Our goal with social media is to do really this: direct signups and get them in the tip of your funnel. That's really what the social media is to do. Get them to sign up for your events, your workshops, and collect their email. And so we are going to talk about in a different avenue. We're going to talk about exactly what to do with their email once you get it. But in every social media post that you have, and in every social media post I want you to see on the Florida Gunsupply Facebook, I want you to see that we always have an agenda. For instance, share the Iran deal is over. Celebrate by entering to win a free gun. Okay, this one here is free seminar in Jacksonville. Share, and and it looks like I didn't even finish posting it, but still, that's probably why I only got 4 shares. It looks like, and 781 views. That one, I think this was an ad that I was trying to do, and it actually got shared. And then, again, another one. Free concealed carry class for mothers, check, share. I'm asking them to share. I'm asking them to do that. And there are people that do, right? And these are people that are, some of these super fans, and that's who builds up your content. Only 1 share on this little post here, because this was another post here. We'll go over to the Andy Howland page and look at here. A couple of things that I want you to note is, number one, it is good to have both a persona for your charismatic leadership and a business page. Okay, so this one had 30 shares. We got 13,000 views on that video, right? For sitting there making that video, that was not bad at all on that Andy Howland page. We've got the safety agent right up here. That's a great little piece of content right there. Another thing, a couple of rules that you need to follow that I've shared with Kate: you don't ever just post text. Never. Always a picture or video. Don't ever just post a status. And this applies to your personal life too. If you want your stuff to be noticed and you're commenting, if you post a picture or a piece of content, it gets shared a lot better. And everything is a piece of content. Natasha and I were literally just out at the range training, and we stopped. I pulled out my cell phone. We made a production video, which is a video that's not live, and a live video. And this video was seen by 23,964 people, and 13,000 people watch it. And it's the main cause that I had. If you take a look at my seminar on Friday night, our video is the main cause. I've got 43 out of 50 people signed up for the instructor program on Friday night because of this live video. And all it was we already had time scheduled. We already had a lesson scheduled. But all I did was bust out the camera and go over a couple of different things. The total video's, 3 minutes long, and it got seen by that many people, 30 shares, and so on and so forth, right? These are things that you need to be thinking about in your social media so that you can have the best possible chance to build a profitable list. And I'm going back to the main goal here, which is that the main goal here is that you build a list of 1,000 true fans that will purchase whatever it is that you want them to purchase, because they're so in love with you that they have to have your latest product. They have to have your new lesson. They have to try your new method. They have to come and do your new thing because they have to. And you're going to get just $100 out of each one of those, and you've got a great living. Great living. So, what are your questions?
Okay. Well, I've been doing my safety agent Facebook page.
Yes.
And I'm
Go look at it.
scheduled 2 posts per day. up until this week where it was 1 post per day. But I realized I was doing it incorrectly because I had links to articles. But I was really trying to build up content,
Yes.
you know, and I needed something to put there. So now
Where's
I
the
need
safety
to,
agent? The computer's running really slow since we are recording here, but let's just pull up the safety agent.
yeah,
Oh, you're the first one.
all right,
Right above the Safety Pin Alliance.
wow.
If they can do it, anybody can do it, right? All right, let's just analyze this a little bit. Choose safety. Okay. Oh, look, a little messenger pops up.
Oh, look at
That's
that.
cool. That's cool. All right, so oh, we need to get you some reviews. We'll
Yes.
go back and do that as well. There's going to be a whole thing on reviews, by the way. All right, real estate agents are easy targets. We work alone and meet strangers in isolated and often vacant homes. We need to have right choosing. Okay, real estate agent. All right, I'm just going to hit the more here. Okay, what do you guys notice about this this piece here? What do you think? You guys give me some feedback.
Too long. I was gonna say it seems long. Yeah.
You know what? One of my best performing ads is very long. Let me pull it up for you and see if you can notice a difference between
Well,
the two.
I have that pinned to the top to kind of explain who we
Good,
are.
good. I like that. Pinning things to the top is awesome. Let me see if I can get real quick my best performing ad. Yes, this is one of my best performing ads. Okay, what do you notice as just a difference between this one and this one? Real quick.
The sentence, smaller sentences.
Bullet
Yes.
points.
There's a lot more white space. People don't mind reading a story, but every sentence that you write, the next sentence should be, every sentence you write should be designed to make them want to read the next sentence. So on this one, Dear Patriot, what if I helped you become an NRA certified instructor and build a profitable benefits? Don't worry, counters, right? These are things that people will think, oh, well, I wouldn't fit this program because of this, right? You don't need much time or tens of thousands of dollars to start the business, nor would you want to quit your day job. Then, back to benefits, new career, turnkey training business. With this program, benefit, right?
Okay.
So what I would suggest is a lot more white space.
Okay.
Dear real estate agent, we are easy targets. A white space. We work alone. White space. We meet strangers in isolated areas. White space. You see where I'm going with this? So it's powerful. It's invigorating. And then you've got this great down here. This is great. I love it. You know what I mean? And Kate, the fact that you're an author, you can tell because you're writing this. It just takes me a second to get there. And I don't have a second. I want people to stop what they're doing. I want people to stop what they're doing because ultimately they're only going to see. Let me see if I can pull this up again and see if I can get it on the news feed. Okay. See if I can get it on the news feed here. No, I can't. They're only going to see like this part. Right.
okay.
You know what I mean? And then they got to hit show more. Okay. So then I want to have a little conversation about haters. Okay. Do we know what to do on haters on social media?
Block them.
That's it. Ban them from ever accessing your page. Delete their comment. You're never going to win an argument. It's not worth your time. If you see one, ban them. Get them out there. To ban them, all you're going to do is hit these little 3 dots right here. Over here, you're going to hit hide comment. Then you're going to hit ban. Okay. And then delete the comment. Okay, now she wasn't a hater, so I'm not going to get rid of her, but yeah, this is a really great performing ad. I'm getting a lot of leads from this ad, and keep in mind, it's got my call to action multiple times. Call to action, right? And then at the very, call to action, 4 times in that long thing. So long ads are acceptable if you've got that white space. Okay, definitely. Good. Here's another one. Here's a link. Good. Okay. Be aware of your surroundings. Look around. Be alert. And avoid getting distracted by your feet. This is great. Awareness of what's going on around you. Great. I love it. This is great. And then you've got your hashtags, and then you click on the safetyagent.com, and it brings you over to your appointment counter. Great. So you're going for a direct conversion right there. Mm-hmm. Yes. So what I would do if I was going for an appointment. Benefit. Not
Okay.
problem, benefit. Problem, then all the benefits. You know what I mean?
All right.
Problem would be, we are easy targets.
Yeah.
Benefit, class. Things like that. Again, on your guys' stuff, I saw you post the other day, and I'm not critiquing you, okay? It's great. What you guys are doing on social media is awesome. I'm loving that you guys are getting involved in social media, and you guys are taking the initiative there, which is really wonderful. We're going to find some great leads. The one improvement I would suggest is that when you were publishing just the other day. You published a post that I thought was a valuable piece of content. Right here, we're now up to 54 members. What could we have done to make that really powerful? What did that?
Put in join.
That's a call to action. Tell them what to do. What else?
Add a picture.
Add a picture. That's it. I got a whole slew of pictures from people the other day from the event. I'll share them with you.
Okay.
Dozens, you know.
That's ignorance on my part. I
Well, that's
have
it.
no knowledge
But that's great.
on
That's
how
great.
to do any of that.
But you can go in and edit that comment and put the picture in.
Yeah.
It's not a lost cause, because that's what I did with the long piece. It didn't have a picture originally,
And
and
then
then
you
I
put
found
one.
the crowd
Good.
coming through the front door because we're real estate agents.
That's
And
it.
then put a link, join now.
Yep, that's it.
Okay.
Yep, that's it. So I love it. You know, what other questions do we have? Anything else?
Okay, so my problem with the trigger pull, make a video about that and post it.
You know, so the other day I went to a friend of mine and I said, look, I'm having trouble hitting the target. I adjusted my sights and that didn't fix it. But then I went out and I realized that it wasn't my sights. I had to bring the sights back. Just tell a story. Just tell a story. And you can do it live at the range. You know what I mean? You're at the range. You're using your gun. Hey, guys, I just want to bring it to your attention. You know, as a mom, this is what I'm thinking about. We can't be